Welcome to Mental Food. Today, I'm going to feed you like there's no tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to continue the discussion that I hope you've spent time thinking about from yesterday. Do you live by what you know or by what you've been taught to believe? You know it because you've experienced it, you've seen it, you know it, or what you've been taught or believed or conditioned that someone like you should do. And one of the things I want to talk about today is what I call the law. The L-A-W, the law. And the law makes a very simple statement, and yet it governs all of life. Without question, every area of life. It governs who we are as a person. It governs what our body looks like today. It governs what our relationships like today. It governs what our finances are today. It governs what our legacy is today. It governs it all, and it's called the law. And the law simply says, I only have control in life over two things. I can control what I do, and I can control how I respond to whatever happens. But I cannot control the results. I need you to really understand that. I need you to really think about that. I have control over what I do. And what do? I think, I make decisions, I take actions, I say words, and I ask questions. I do those 5 things, and the quality and the quantity of those things determines my life. Then I do something, and something happens as a result, right? Something happens, whatever it is, good or bad, it is called a result, and I have no control over the results. If I was dating someone, and I was the perfect man. I did everything right, but she still cheats on me and then leaves me. I can't stop her from doing that. You can't stop someone from doing that to you. I can make the perfect sales presentation. I can treat a client like gold. They can still say no or leave me. It doesn't matter how well I do something. It doesn't matter how anything I do something. The result is up to the result, especially when dealing with other people, especially when dealing with nature, especially in so many instances in our lives. We can do everything right and have it go terrible. We can do everything terrible and have it go somehow all work out because we have no control over the results. But no matter what the result is, we do have control over something, and that is how we respond. I am making this video during the real big first push of the coronavirus. Just want you to think about that. I am sitting in a room by myself on a tonight is Thursday night. There's a bunch of people out there hanging out, having a good time. I'm in here making a video in an uncertain time, not knowing if anyone will ever see this, because the virus is happening and this is my response. And so now I'm doing something and I have no idea if you or anyone else on the planet will ever see this video. For all I know, the coronavirus could turn ugly, society could fall apart, and I could be living in a cave somewhere a week later. But right now, I have control over what I do, so I'm here making this video. I have no control over what happens after I make the video, except going out and selling it. But when good or bad things happen, I do have control over how I respond to whatever is happening in my life. And so some people fail and their response is to quit. Some people have a bad relationship and their response is to never trust anyone ever again. Some people go to the gym and work out once and they still weigh the same, so they never go back. We do it with money, we do it with our legacy, we do it with all parts of life. So I need you to understand, you my friend, only have control over two things: what you do, how you think, how you make decisions, the actions you take, the words you say, and the questions you ask. You control those. No one else controls them, only you. When you do these things, something's going to happen and you will get a result. And that result may be exactly what you wanted. It may be the exact opposite of what you want, but what you do next is going to determine your future. Because let's face it, life would be a dream if every time we did something right, we got the exact result we want. But what makes life so challenging is we can do everything right, but still not get what we want. And you know that's true. So do you quit or do you get better? Do you get the idea? That is the law. The absolute law of every land you will ever live in. Life is not fair. Life does not come to those who do good things, always. Over the course of time, if we respond well, I believe it can happen. So, this is the cycle of life for some people. They start out with great intentions. They do everything the way they intended. They don't get the result they want. And from that moment on, they decide, I'm not good at that. You know what? I don't think I'm very good at that. I'm never going to do that again. Whether it's marriage, whether it's exercise, whether it's eating properly, whether it's sales and marketing, business, life, whatever it is, I tried it. I did my best. It didn't work out. My response, how I'm going to respond to that is I'm going to quit. I'm going to shrink myself. I'm going to not try that again. I'm going to give up on that. That's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. And I'm going to settle for this little meager, pathetic, pitiful life I'm living. There are people like that. Other people say, you know what? I got no idea. I'm going to try something. And they try something and they say, you know what? I tried this. I didn't get what I wanted. So I'm going to try something different. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do something a little bit. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying until I get the result that I want. And those people live better lives than the first group. I believe there's a better way than that. And I want to explain it to you in a 4-step process that I want to teach you how to make sure you live by what you know and you obey the law. That's what I want to do. In order for me to do that for you, I'm going to lay out 4 steps. Step number 1 is called mental preparation. Mental preparation is when you, before you do something, you come up with a plan. You prepare yourself for what you're about to do. And the main thing in your preparation is an expectation that this is going to go well. You are going to expect that you are going to be successful. You are going to expect that, and in the end, maybe not this first time, but in the end, at some point, I'm going to get what I want. You've all heard the story of Colonel Sanders, how many times he got told no about his chicken, but yet today most of us eat his chicken or have eaten his chicken. The first step is mental preparation. And whatever that means for what you're doing, you have to be ready mentally. You have to be strong. You have to be expecting a positive result. And you have to have an idea of what you're about to do. Step 1, mental preparation. It is a key component of your ability to create the life you want in these 5 areas. Mental preparation, step 1. Step 2, physical execution. Your ability to do the fucking work you said you would do. Does that make sense? So in preparation, you came up with a plan. And now physical execution is executing that plan. It is thinking effectively. It's making the right decisions. It's saying the right words. Taking the right actions, saying the right words, and then asking the right questions of yourself and others. That is your physical execution. It looks different for everything that you do, but that's physical execution. So if you're a salesperson or you're persuading others, you have a plan and you say the words, you ask the questions, you do what you're supposed to do, you meet the right people, you engage them in conversation, you do your presentation, and shazam, they say yes, no, or my Least favorite, maybe. But let's say they say no. Brings us to step number 3. And by the way, step number 2 is I got married and I was a certain type of a husband or a wife. It was I worked out and exercised. I did what I was supposed to do for 6 months. It is how I manage my money. It is all the things that we do in life. We make a physical execution and we get a result. And then we go to step 3, which is our personal emotional reaction. Our emotional reaction is how we respond to whatever happens. And our emotional reaction, I believe, is the most important determination in the person we are today and the life we're living today. So people who emotionally respond with I quit, I give up, this is not for me, tend to shrink almost every day. Those who respond emotionally with, okay, that didn't go exactly how I wanted to. What can I learn from this? What can I do better next time? How can I better prepare? How can I better execute? Those people tend to become great. So our emotional reaction is how we respond to whatever happens, or at least it's step 1. And I don't want to confuse you with the steps. It is the first part of how we respond to whatever happens. So picture it. We wake up one day and we say, I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna make more money. I'm gonna start a business. I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna do something. And we go into it with a certain mental preparation. Whether we purposefully prepare or we just go in with the things that we believe, but we go into it, we do some things, we think, we make decisions, we take actions, we say words, we ask questions, and shazam, we always get a result. And sometimes that result is we didn't do anything like we said we would do because we got scared. We got scared somewhere in between. But I think you get the idea of what I'm saying to you. So now we're at step 3 and we have to decide, and I hope you will decide from this point forward how we will respond. Will you respond with, I'm going to put my tail between my legs and I'm going to run away and never do it again? Or will you learn from your preparation, your execution, and how they created that specific result so you can figure out step number 4, your technical adjustment. How do I do better next time? What can I learn that I can apply and start the process over and do it better? Does that make sense to you? Do you get those 4 steps? So take anything you've ever done in your life. You went into it with a certain amount of mental preparation. You purposely prepared or you lazily went into it. You physically executed. You did something. And whatever you did, you might have done it well. You might have done it half-assed. You might have done it to the best of your ability, but you did something. You got a result. And while you were doing it, and when it was done, you were emotionally reacting to whatever happened. And most of our emotional reactions are guided by the motive upon which we live our lives by. Make sense? So if you're lazy, you keep telling yourself, why am I working so hard? Why do I have to do this? If you're selfish, you keep saying, I don't care how anybody else is affected. I want what I want. Do you get the idea? But your emotional reaction leads to a technical adjustment. Your technical adjustment could be, I quit. It could be, I'm never going to do this again. Or it could be, I'm going to learn and I'm going to do better. So the law says I only have control over 2 things, what I do and how I respond. So let me ask you a question. Who has the power to prepare better than your competition? Who has the power to execute, to think, make decisions, take action, say words, and ask questions bolder, more consistently, and better than your competition? Who's going to get a result? Everyone. But who has the power to ask better questions as a part of an emotional reaction, as opposed to just reacting with, oh, this is not for me. Mark, you don't understand. This is so hard. Do you get the idea? And a a phenomenal, a powerful, a bold emotional reaction will give you a technical adjustment, a way to be better, a way to do better, a way to get better, a way to get that better result. And so out of emotional reactions and technical adjustment comes terms like persistent, perseverance, gritty, willing to see the job through, a winner. Does that make sense to you? And so I have the power. I have control over what I do, how I prepare, and how I execute. I have no control over the results. They're going to come. But I have control over how I respond to whatever happens. Do I respond like an adult or like a baby and I just sit there and cry? Do I respond like a winner and I persevere, or like a loser and I just shrink? Do I respond like someone who always expected to be successful, someone who really wanted that success, someone who really, really wants something? Or do I respond like someone who really never believed I could have that thing, but I thought, why not give it a try? Only you and I can answer how we respond. Only you and I can answer to our technical adjustment. But I just want you to remember, quitting and never doing something again is a technical adjustment. And that is my lesson for you today. That is my food for your thought today. So we started out with, there's what you've been taught all your life to believe by the people who raised you, the schools you went to, the friends you hang out with, and then it gets supported by your entertainment, your news, the information and advice you seek out. That is the stuff that you believe that someone like you should do. However, there is what you know because you've seen other people break from what they believe, from what you believe they could do, and do something really special. There's this guy named Roger Bannister. He ran the mile in less than 3 minutes, I believe, or maybe it was 4 minutes. I heard the story enough, I don't remember, but he broke the 4-minute mile, I think it was. And once he did it, and people saw he did it, shortly thereafter, everyone broke the 4-minute mile who was into that kind of running. Because the belief they had about how fast they could run was destroyed. But it only happened because their emotional reaction said, if he could do it, I can do it. Not, well, he's a freak, or he was born on the right side of the tracks, or he's the right race, the right gender, the right age, the right whatever. Because that's an emotional reaction that will limit you, because you're living strictly by what you believe. But when you follow the process, you get to live by what you know. And every time you get a result and you ask yourself the question, what can I do to do it better next time? What can I do to get a better result? What you're going from is what you believe, and your questions cause you to know how to do better next time. And then it's up to you to execute on that, how to do better. And so I believe you can absolutely suck at something and become good at it by following that process. And that is today's mental food combined with yesterday's mental vitamins. You get the night to think about it. And tomorrow you get to process it and apply it to your life. My name is Mark Delaney, and I truly want you to take control of your life by living the law. And I've given you 4 steps to be able to do that. Tomorrow, we'll investigate it, and then on Sunday, we'll create a plan as a result of it. But for now, I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. I want you to really think about, do you live and work and play by what you believe, or by what you know is best for you? Because that is the key to setting yourself free.